Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Freaky Friday. We are at the penultimate
That's right.
scenario.
Correct use of the word.
Of the
I do it wrong sometimes.
Circle Undone campaign. Got a box of prototypes over here.
Well, we're gonna get our boards.
There it is.
I am getting the holiday stuff too.
Yep.
I'm doing it.
Make it flashy.
Do you want to use it?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. If you're unaware, every year we've been doing, not every year, for a while, we've been doing special limited edition holiday versions of our tokens. We make them available in December and a little bit into January. And we're going to be using some of those special edition tokens today. They'll be available in the next couple of weeks.
We got some prototypes. Why not use them if you got them? You know, we used to be all closed-lipped about all this stuff, but then we said, you know, people seem to like seeing the products, and then maybe they'll buy them.
You know what really happened? We started streaming 5 days a week.
So, yeah, when was that? A few years ago?
Yeah, a decade ago. No, that was back in March. But when you're streaming with about 50 to 70% of your work week, you don't have time to test things on the side, and also we're just live a lot. So
we're live a lot with all of you. Thank you for being here. Hello, everybody. Welcome. A great week we've had. It's been a nice week of all of our most of our active games this week. We didn't throw back. We had some Skytear moments.
Yep.
We had some Flesh and Blood moments. We had some Marvel Champions moments. What am I missing? We had some Ashes moments.
Yep. And here we are.
Some Arkham moments.
Finishing off the week with a cherry on top.
And then next week we'll have some Crisis Protocol moments. You'll be painting some stuff. I might put some Arena Rex models
together. It's kind of
together,
the full...
which is a Steven moment.
Full circle there.
Not really a Covenant moment so much.
I mean, it's just... It is what it is.
It is what it is. But a good week of moments. I hope all of your moments have also been very great because they are just that, moments. I watched Palm Springs last night. It's a movie on Hulu.
Anyone star in it of note?
I wouldn't suggest Andy Samberg.
Okay.
Wait.
Is this where he's stuck in the...
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
You have seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What did you think about it?
I mean, I thought it was good. It was enjoyable.
It's Shannon's now probably favorite movie.
Really?
Yeah. Hit her hard.
I mean, I thought anything to do with time travel, time loops is interesting to me.
Yeah, me too.
And just the way that works. So I thought that was a really cool take on it.
The foreverness of love, man. There's a lot there. I mean, the philosophical realities there are pretty high. I wouldn't suggest it for the kids, of course. It's got some, some vulgarity in it. But if you're looking for a very bizarre, off-kilter kind of rom-com thing, it's probably going to be right up your alley.
Well, I think
check it out.
It's very well timed in terms of the macro of the world right now, where time in the movie, there's a character effectively where time kind of ceases to be relevant, which is how 2020 has felt.
It does. It feels like we're kind of stuck in the loop.
It's what is happening here?
We've been at this Arkham table forever.
Yes, we started back in March.
There is no beginning. There is no end.
There only is Arkham.
There's only Arkham.
So questions coming through. Trez Million wants to know on the shipping question.
Trez?
He says, I was charged for 2 subscriptions. If they're shipping in the same week, will they ship together? They will not. That is something we have looked at, but the reality, it was literally, this was the first year it happened where it seemingly, Asmodee, at least for the FFG product, started releasing a bunch of stuff on the same weeks. It used to kind of be scattershot, random, and also hit and miss. And so it wasn't really anything that was even something we had really ever considered for that reason. Rarely did we have multiple subscriptions hitting on the same week. So it's definitely something we've talked about, but the logistical reality of those merges and combinations just actually introduces a place for errors to happen.
A lot of complexity.
And for the speed to be reduced. Because one of the biggest things for us is getting those 2 people as fast as possible, and if possible to everyone on release. And so there's just a lot baked into that. But it's definitely a conversation. So no, they will ship separate. They will arrive as soon as possible as well.
This is something we're updating the subscription descriptions on the site here currently. We're moving through a project to update all of those. And this is kind of one thing that we'll be talking about in that. Just being pretty upfront about how direct and stable and reliable the service is. But that does have some downsides that are non-ideal. Any system is going to have pluses and minuses. If you could maximize every variable, I mean, come on. We would always be winning at every game ever.
Even when you can, you do. But oftentimes you have to choose.
Law of the universe.
So yeah, that's just how it works right now. And as Steven said, those descriptions will be updated. Biz Kata saying, hey, Team Covenant, glad to have you here. Will you guys be possibly playing Root somewhere in the near future? And if so, could you do an in-depth guide on how to play? No plans.
Didn't Ronnie do that one? Did Ronnie not do Root? How do you not do Root? Is there not enough?
Seems like the basis of
It
things.
seems like everybody with a board game channel should be
yeah,
looking at Root.
I don't own it. We don't own it. I have no intent of playing or learning it. But you know, things I didn't expect. If we roll back to last in November, and if someone had been like, "Hey, is there ever a chance you guys would stream every Arkham scenario ever made?" I'd be like,
Impossible.
very low odds. So hey, you never know.
Never say never.
Nate wants to say, "Hey, really good movie." Yeah, I did. I thought it was enjoyable. It's kind of a dark
Quirky.
humor.
Yeah, it is different. Yeah, and I think that's why Shannon liked it too. She's ultimately dark humor, which is why we get along so well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I bring the humor and the darkness, and
She enjoys it.
She brings the laughter.
Zach McGaw saying the aspect of being stuck somewhere definitely resonates this year.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Oh,
Scott
man.
B, this is awesome. He says, got my first TC charges today. Looking forward to new Arkham stuff. Freaky Fridays has been a lifesaver during quarantine.
Well, welcome to the service, Scott. We're glad to have you.
That's amazing.
Enjoy
Anyone that's been a subscriber, if you're unfamiliar, we have pretty much everything we stream. We have subscriptions for. You can sign up. You get charged about 2 weeks before they release. They typically show, if you're in the US, show up on or super close to release day. You never have to worry about it. No pre-orders, no prepayment, any of that kind of stuff. Super simple, super easy. And to all the Arkham people that have subscribed this year or that are kept their subscription through the year.
There are a good number of you.
There really are.
We know that.
Massive, massive shout out. The only reason that we can stream 5 days a week, the only reason we can stream Arkham every week is because of the support we receive from subscriptions and the Mythos components that we make. So kudos to all of you. Really appreciate it.
And shout out to Locatur Gaming. Also does some great work on the channel. So go check Locatur out whenever you're done with your buddies here, Steven and Zach. That's who I was referring to in case you guys didn't fully catch that. Also, worth noting, today's stream is brought to you by Nalgene, made in the USA. You can water flowers, you can water ground.
You can water yourself.
And you can water people.
You know,
1.5 liters.
It would be, we have
6 of these a day.
we have the pop one for the text messaging stuff, which I assume will be popping up on the screen soon. But I feel like we need a pop for when you go into your Nalgene.
Well, we can't do that, or then we get sued.
No, the thing is the disclaimer.
Oh, so we need the disclaimer.
This
yeah,
is actually
not sponsored
true,
by Nalgene.
Not true at all.
Not sponsored by Nalgene. You could put "not true" across about half the things I say on this stream. That's probably a good banner to have, honestly.
Well, that's why I only pay attention to half the things you say.
It's true. Just hope you hit the right side.
Boom. All right, so we are playing. We've been playing with the Investigator starter decks. Now, this is a really smart thing that Fantasy Flight put out, which is $15 pack.
Book.
Yeah, right here. Buy my book. No, they didn't put this book out. I will answer this one time. I'm going to rely on chat to answer it from here, which is go to Reddit, search Choose Your Own Adventure Arkham. That's where you can find wherever you print these. I don't know where they are. Chris Hodevec, a local, printed them and gave them to us.
Now, is that true? Can you verify that?
That's what I've been told.
Okay, that's what I've been told.
I haven't looked into it
People were
because it's
saying.
black market. I don't
People were
want
saying.
to touch it. We are playing these Investigator starters, so it comes with the deck and then the upgrade path, which you normally build from your whole collection. But Steve and I chose
Yeah, we did.
to see what the experience would be like if we only had those decks. So I'm playing Winifred Habamuck. You're playing Stella Clark. And it's been, there was a period, early on it was like, okay, I get it. In the middle it was like, this is rough. I feel like I really am missing the ability to customize like I typically can.
Yep.
But the last couple of scenarios, I felt like, I don't know if it was the scenarios or the decks or us understanding the decks, but it definitely felt like it started to jive a little more.
We've done all right. Yeah, we did we started playing the right notes. I think we were in harmony, I would say. A mixture of I think the scenarios being a little bit more forgiving. And also maybe we just hit a critical mass of upgraded cards in the deck that they all started kind of being good enough to overcome the challenges of the scenario. Now that said, if I could customize this deck, I think it would be at least twice as good.
I totally
There's so many cards in the card pool that Stella is just going to abuse.
Yeah, and I mean the same thing with Winifred because she needs those skill cards. And there's only so many skill cards they put in the pack.
Yep.
And there's a ton of skill cards she could actually go get. Cards like Daredevil get way better if I can load my deck up.
Oh, man.
Like, can you imagine?
You're a skill guy. You like those skills. It's because you play those games. You really were drawn early to those games where you ditch cards out of your hand like you don't care.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars LCG being one, for instance. Any game where you can auto-draw up the next turn. So I feel like you're uniquely positioned, Keyforge as well, to really just be like, what's a card, and then pass a test. Yeah. Which a lot of us are like, but what if there's a more important test later?
Winifred burns through cards like it's going out of style.
Yes, she does.
It's like you're burning.
And she does it very well.
Spencer saying, I love this. It's a tad early, but I'm cracking a cold one right now. One of the best sounds in the world. Cheers
It is
to
a
all.
great sound. I hope you enjoy your cold tea. That is what you're cracking, right?
That's right. What's that brand of canned tea? You know what I'm
there's
talking
like Arnold Palmer's.
Arizona?
You can always get
Isn't
Arnold.
there
Yeah, Arizona,
Arizona?
of course.
There
yeah,
it is.
Yeah, probably only available in this area, but.
All right. If you are watching this, I assume you're either one of two kinds of people. Either you've been following
Alive
along,
or dead.
Yeah, that's right. You've been following along and you know exactly what's happened, or for some reason this is your first stream. And if it is, comment live and or later, because and
You're
why
compelled to do that.
why on scenario 8 or something that you're watching this. But last time we
word spreads
went
fast,
to the we visited the unvisited isle.
These guys are the next wave. The next wave. Look over, shut up and sit down. Quinn's, get out of here. These two guys apparently are the next ones coming up. Get out of the way.
What you know when they started? It's got to be.
They started
after
a
us,
little
right?
bit later than we did, but they have some nicely embarrassing videos on the old YouTube.
Yeah, like we all do.
Yeah.
Well, for a long time they weren't on YouTube. I remember having that conversation
Mm-hmm.
with Twins. It was like, and now they're on YouTube.
Yeah.
Very much on YouTube.
Got a
YouTube
little
one.
too
There was like
hipster there for a
Venmo
while.
or like
Venmo.
what was the?
I think it was
video?
Venmo, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a thing for a while, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't really ever.
Cryo Shark saying, "Hey guys, glad I caught another one live after a full week of work. This is soothing. Thanks for that. We're happy to have you here."
Matt.
So
Step out of the way, Matt.
We went to the unvisited
Paul?
isles. You remember?
Paul dropped, right? He left, but he sometimes comes back every now and again.
Who's to say, really?
I know he moved to Canada. We talked to him at the FFG Worlds a couple years ago, and he was moving.
I play purple. Steven is in rare form today.
Oh, it's not that rare.
This week's been that kind of a week, if you've been along with us. So we went to the Isle, we remember, and then we were kind of playing along with the Silver Twilight. We were inducted into the inner circle, but we didn't, I at least didn't quite trust them. And
a lot of ins and outs, man. We were playing every side. It was like in Lebowski.
You said it yourself, man.
It's like, yeah, you're playing this side against this side, and so much so that I actually kind of lost track of what we were actually, where our alliances actually were.
So we were pretending to be a part of the Silver Twilight Alliance.
Of course, yeah.
Because we felt like we didn't trust them and we didn't really have any other choice because they're pretty scary. And then literally last time we had the chance where it was like, well, it's a time for choosing. We literally are either going to help them pull it off or we're going to stop them. We stopped them and helped the witches.
Accidentally helped the witches, which it didn't exactly spell that out. That's what we were doing. I guess we could have inferred, but...
But yeah, so we helped the witches, but they took care of our Silver Twilight problem. There were screams, and it was not good for them.
Yeah, they're not in a good spot.
Yeah,
there.
so then we helped them perform their thing, and if you remember, there was the character, I forget her name. Her name's not Rita, but it's close to Rita. They got possessed.
Vita?
No.
Betty?
Let me see if I can find her name.
Sita?
Not Carl Sanford.
Annette
Annette Mason. Remember, she
right
was
down the
there,
line.
and she got like the old witch ghost possessed her. She's been possessed. But do you have the campaign log? Let's
and
read
that
the last
became the
couple of notes.
creepy...
What were the notes of the last couple?
Penny dead, Valentino dead, Jerome dead, Gabriella dead.
They did.
Sided with the coven.
Keziah took possession of
Annette Mason possessed by evil.
Yeah.
Plus 4 experience, though. That was a good round.
Drink to that one.
That's all that I care about. Give me the dots.
All right, you ready for your intro?
Yeah, let's
I
hit it.
couldn't
Do you
preset
want
up.
here? Get in the butter mic there.
I couldn't because before you get to set up, it either has you go left or right, and they have different cards that get involved.
Okay. I'm glad you used
the-
you wanted us both to make that decision.
The Silver Twilight is gone now, so that's going to be a thing. That said, I was randomly scrolling through the Yield book, and I ran to this page in the middle of the book that has this in it, the end. Alternate way to win and or lose.
That's
in the middle
weird.
of
So
the
like
campaign.
it could just end, and it looks like a positive ending, not like a you dead ending.
That one was a positive ending, but who knows what's in there. Anyways, in the clutches of chaos, scenario 7, but I think it's technically our 8th scenario because there were 2 in the core set or whatever. Anyways, after what you saw at the unvisited isle, your faith in humanity is on thin ice. You feel like a wayward spirit wandering the streets with no destination in mind. You wish you could just return home and forget everything that has happened in the last few weeks, but you know that it's just a pipe dream. After hours of aimless meandering, you snap back to reality when you realize you have wandered into Independence Square. A soft breeze carries a trail of brittle leaves across the grass of the clearing, drawing your eyes upward. There, sitting amidst a circle of autumn-colored leaves, sits Anna Caslow, Her eyes are closed in a deep trance, her fingers pressed against the temples of her head. Laid out on the grass in front of her is a wool blanket, and on top of that, a circle of overlapping face-down tarot cards. You approach and take a seat in front of the fortune teller. It's only now that you realize just how sore and tired you are. Every one of your muscles aches with pain, and it takes a significant amount of effort for you not to immediately pass out. Check the campaign log. If the investigators were never seen or heard from again, I don't think that's true.
Well, no, I mean, by the just the proof of us being here, investigators, I don't have that written down anywhere.
Otherwise, go to page 200.
Okay.
Setup. Gather all cards. So now we're not in story mode, but we will come back to story mode in a minute. So you want to hit me back with a normal mic so I can...
Oh, no, I would like it in butter, please.
Okay, butter. Gather all cards from the following additional encounter sets. So we have this set from this thing.
And this is in the clutches of chaos.
Yeah, and then we need these familiar icons. And I have a stack. Hold on.
Is that all the possible cards there?
I think there's a new icon.
I'll do the hard work here.
These three I know are in that set.
Yeah, that's a weird... What is that? A weird music note skeleton?
Skull. Yeah, it's called Music of the Damned.
Oh, nailed it.
Is that from Corset? What's that from?
I don't know. I've never seen it. All right, let's keep a look at things here. We don't need the Spectral Hounds. We do not need Treachery in the Night. No Ancient Evils. That's nice.
Oh, no. It's just the...
Realm of Torment. No Cultists. They're all dead and gone. Here's the half-beetle thing. Evil Past, Evil Past, Evil Past. Okay. No Blurst Ring. Ah, here we go. Bedeviled. Ooh, all the witch stuff. Oh, no. It's all the hexes, man.
This is literally just an Act 1 and 2A with that music note in it.
All right. We're about to get hexed. No goats. Thank goodness for that. Those goats are creepy. I don't like.
And there's locations.
I don't like the way
see.
they sound when they
So
die.
literally, the location choice that we get right now was based on our decision last time. I think.
Here we go. And then Coven witch stuff. All right. You've got your 4 icons. Done.
When constructing the Act deck, use Act 1A, Dark Knowledge, and Act 2A, Beyond the Grave. So that's these that I pulled aside. Put Hangman's Hill, Where It All Ends, and Silver Twilight Lodge, Shrouded in Mystery, into play. These two. Set the Piper of Azathoth, Enemies Aside, out of play. Do you have the Piper?
Piper coming in.
Might be in this.
It's got to be in the big stack, yeah. Wouldn't have a random Piper.
The Pied?
Now, I know that Anna Kozlow is a character that you can run in your deck.
Yeah, she's the, she had the cards, the tarot cards, right?
Yeah, she's the tarot. Now, I believe that we've seen the Piper before.
Have we?
Yes.
Is this one of those searcher collection situations?
Did it tell us to do that?
No.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh, Arkham. You're so worth it, but you're so annoying.
Set the Piper of Azathoth, Enemy Aside.
We've seen the Piper before. Wasn't it that weird goat man, right? Like at the very beginning.
Perhaps.
I never forget a Piper.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I'm known for in the office.
The icon is like a pipe organ.
Yeah, it stands to reason.
I think I saw that somewhere. Hold on.
But why would it not tell us to pull that out? Is that the book's problem? Or is that Arkham's problem? Here's demonic piping. Boom! Piper of Azathoth.
All right, we got him.
A symbol that is... And it didn't tell us? Did it tell us to get him?
Just set the Piper of
Come on.
Azathoth, Enemy Aside, out of play.
Come on.
Choose 2 different random locations. Place 1 breach on each of those locations. See breaches and incursions on page 204.
All right, random locations. What? Give me them all.
So I think I need to pull... Because these are the other versions of this we might have seen. 2 random locations. Place 1 breach on each of those locations. So it says go to page 204.
We'll use our gold clue tokens to mark the
All right,
breach.
you ready for a rules reading?
Yeah.
This seems like it's going to be important. Breaches and incursions. In this scenario, doom does not accrue at the usual rate. Instead, breaches, represented by resource tokens, are placed on locations when enough When enough breach tokens have been placed on a single location, an incursion occurs, which adds doom to that location and causes breaches to open in connecting locations. The investigator's primary goal in this scenario should therefore be to prevent incursions from happening by removing breaches from locations. This can only be done by using abilities on each location. Placing breaches. Breaches are primarily played on locations via the following ability on Agenda 1A. Forced, when a doom would be placed on this agenda, instead place one breach on a number of different random locations equal to one more than the number of investigators. So for us, that'll be 3.
So every time the doom advances, 3 breaches.
However, card effects can also place breaches directly on locations. For example, there are 2 investigators in the game, and it is the Mythos phase. During the place 1 doom on the current agenda step at the Mythos phase, instead of placing a doom on Agenda 1A, the investigators must choose 3 different locations at random. The locations randomly chosen are Southside, Rivertown, and French Hill. Therefore, 1 breach is placed on each of those locations.
Right on.
When breaches are placed on multiple different locations, they should be placed one at a time. This process can be interrupted if it causes an incursion. Resolving incursions. Incursions are primarily caused via the following ability on Agenda 1A, which is when a breach will be placed on a location with 3 breaches. Instead, resolve an incursion at that location. However, card effects also can cause an incursion to occur. To resolve an incursion at a location, perform the following steps in order. First, remove all breaches on that location. Second, place 1 doom on that location. Finally, place 1 breach on each connecting location. This can chain react and cause additional incursions.
It's just Flashpoint.
So beware, yeah. Once an incursion is resolved at a location, breaches from other incursions cannot be placed on that location for the remainder of that phase. For example, a breach is about to be placed on Rivertown, which has 3 breaches on it. Instead, an incursion is resolved at Rivertown. First, all of the breaches on Rivertown are removed, then 1 doom is placed on Rivertown. Finally, 1 breach is placed on each location connected to Rivertown. This may cause another incursion at one of those locations.
Yeah. Got it.
Back.
It's just Flashpoint.
Okay. Choose different locations, place 1 breach on each of those locations. Did you figure that out?
Yeah, how many randoms do we get in? Do we put in up front?
All of those are around.
What are the random ones? Am I setting aside random ones? I was doing a randomization process for some reason in the instructions per your left page.
Choose 2 different random locations.
And do what with them?
We're going to place 1 breach on each of them. So you're just going to.
Oh, so they're already out.
Yeah.
So South Side and South Church are going to get breaches.
If there are 2 investigators in the game, perform this step twice. So you need to choose a random again.
And it could be the same ones?
Could be the same ones.
All right, so I'll do it again. So we know South Side and South Church. South Side, South Church. South Side, South Church.
And then it's shuffle the remainder of the encounter cards to build the encounter deck. So.
And 2 French Hills? Is that correct? Can there be multiple French Hills? I think I have doubles of every location in here. What does your instruction say? Does it say something about remove 1 of everything or something? Okay. Set Piper out of play. Choose 2 different placement breach and you should put this up twice. Shuffle the remainder of the encounter cards.
Nicholas says you have 2 copies of each location, so you can use the secondary copies to do the randomization.
Ah, smart. French Hill, Rivertown. Why did they tell us that? You know? South Church was the first. And
it's also wild that they printed like 6 extra cards just to make that easier. Surely they use them in some other way.
Better be worth it. South Church, Merchant District, Rivertown, Merchant District, Southside, Uptown.
Oh, I see why.
6 and 6.
So the next page says choosing a random location. During the scenario, you will often be instructed to choose a random location. This should be done by shuffling together the 8 locations removed from the game during setup, the versions of each location in play not currently being used, and drawing 1 at random. If you're instructed to choose multiple different random locations, shuffle the 8 together, not currently being used, and randomly draw a number of different locations equal to the amount specified.
So we're just using them to randomly draw. Okay, so these 4 get breaches.
Go to page 2.
And then the rest, we're going to have to build a big sprawly map.
All right.
Let's zoom in. Zoom in! Hey, that shot looks good today, no? I think we finally got the balance right on the color. Or perhaps it's lightly out of focus, so it looks nice and dreamy.
Can you switch me to my regular mic?
Yes. Okay. Well, we're messing with the camera today, so let us know if anything looks weird. It does look dreamy, doesn't it? Are my eyes going out? Bob Dole don't need this. Okay, so we've got that. Hangman's Silver Twilight. These things, how are they connected? Does it have a suggested? It didn't.
Unfortunately.
They're not all connected, are they? South side is
So,
going to be a big one.
I see a plus sign here. There's a T here.
French Hill.
And then this connects to the stop sign. They both do. That's the only one they both connect to. And then triangle.
Circle here. Square on both. Both connect to the square.
This one doesn't. It's just down at below those two.
Where's this triangle? Where's this diamond go? Oh, there it is. Okay, cool.
So, yeah, you can see all this magically.
Mm,
this is like the bottom of the screen.
Here, and to triangle.
What goes to triangle?
This.
To this thing?
Mm-hmm. Right, good start.
So then technically, like this. So like these all connect?
Doesn't go there. That goes to that.
These
that does not go to here. So we got to kind of run down. We got to go there to there.
Yeah. So this can split this way, and these can go across to each other.
Can this guy go there?
Nope.
Cannot. Okay. All right. We got to go to Uptown, and then French Hill up in the boonies there, and then South Church down here on the south. Obviously, south side, riverside.
Here's the thing. This connects here.
What?
South side's in the middle. People are saying south side's the middle.
Okay. South side to the middle.
Let's start with south side. So south side connects to triangle, circle, or diamond, triangle, circle, plus sign.
French Hill. No Silver Twilight.
So these go up from these, right? And this connects to everything.
French Hill goes to Rivertown. Rivertown does not go to South Church. South Church and South Side are the only ones that go together.
So maybe...
What else? Does French Hill go to anything else?
We can put this...
South Church, man. It's got to be south.
It's got to be south.
Plus sign goes here and here. It also goes to Rivertown. This goes here. I don't know how you would do that.
I think the...
But it's south.
I know.
Not south at all. That's a way to do it there.
So
yeah, why
these
don't
go
we
out.
put south-south?
Yeah.
And put those guys up. All right, thanks for the suggested location setup. Arkham?
These are connected, right?
Yeah.
Yep, and this is connected to all of these. And then these are connected and those are connected.
All right, I like it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or Akavu saying, and this, kids, is how Zach and Steven decided to produce TC location markers.
You know it. Hey, that works.
Yeah.
We did it.
And where did it say we started?
Steven's hair looks amazingly crisp. Okay, great. So we're a little high. I'm on it. Don't worry for me. If I don't make it back, tell my mom I love her. Tell my wife I love her. Tell Jonathan to get bent.
We have it on video, so I will, instead of telling them, you can use your own words.
Here we go. Less dreamy, more exciting. A little bright, maybe? Why does it always change when nothing changes? I don't understand. You know, there's magic in these here machines, man.
Does anyone know where we start?
Yeah, it told us.
K.H. McClure, correct, saying OSHA is crying.
This isn't work. This is a work-related function.
We put Piper aside, right?
Yeah, Piper's aside. Okay, I think we did the hard work, didn't we? Is it done? Guess we gotta look at. It's got to tell us where to start. It always does. I always think it doesn't, but it does.
Everyone in chat saying south side.
It doesn't say.
I'm glad I'm not an idiot.
But it always does.
I know somewhere it says it, but they always put it in like weird. It's like, it's the like signature text on a piece of art. It's like,
Yeah.
start in the middle, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, we're supposed to be on 200. Oh. Hey, there we go. There's the location placement.
But it had to skip that page.
It did have us skip that page, but
Hey, we figured it out.
we did figure it out. Yeah, look at that. The power of brains. Okay.
Everyone's
Wow.
saying Southside.
This thing changes everything. Okay. And we got the breaches. Okay, and then we start at Southside, but just because we know that randomly. Fine. Fine. Fine.
John Draper saying, got my circle boards today to Cardiff, Wales. Thanks for the great service, guys. Even better than they look on screen.
Killer. That's what we do. Under promise, over deliver.
It's the goal.
That's right.
All right, I'm shuffling up, and then I'll read the location and then the agenda and the acts.
All right, Southside. Here we come. Here we are now. Wait, somebody just said Moby, and I literally just fell for it. Going
Danica saying, new to Arkham Horror, is this expansion standalone or do I need the base? So pretty much every campaign besides the specific standalone scenarios, which are a single pack, require you to have the core set. There are cards that just campaign-wise carry over. So you normally need a core set, and then to play this particular campaign, you need the deluxe plus the chapter, no, Mythos packs is what they're called.
Wait, we're supposed to hold on. I think the book has
Let us down.
has let us down here. Somebody's saying we need the other encounter cards, but that can't be true. It says go. Otherwise, go to page 200. Is this a problem with the book? Huh. Maybe not. I mean, do we follow the book? I think we need to follow the book. Waterlily Joy says no. But the book says yes. I think that's our reward for whatever we did or didn't do.
Yeah, we skipped that page.
We were not to be seen from again. We're very much seen from again. We're seen entirely,
We're here.
fully seen. But you know, Arkham experts out there, help us out. Are we supposed to take? The book said to skip to 200, and that only got us 4 encounter sets. If we need more, give us a shout. My guess is that this is just the Witch deck.
Waterlily Joy saying, no, the ones from Clutches of Chaos, Azaroth, and Night Gaunts.
Yeah, you got that from the base encounter set, right? From just the normal encounter set? Well, it just says to gather all the cards. It says from the following additional encounter sets. So that would give you a hint that maybe you're supposed to... Okay, here it is. Gather the cards from the following additional encounter sets. I think the book has let us down here.
So this should have happened either way.
I think so.
That makes sense.
And then we were supposed to randomly choose one of each of those, okay, which
So
we did by accident.
That's the scenario icon.
Okay.
I don't know what those two are.
Oh, that would make sense because then we would have the Piper out already. And
Gotcha.
then the Night Gaunts. You gotta watch out for these books. Hey, they're fun, but they'll steer you wrong. They'll steer you wrong. Only for advanced players who already know the ins and outs of all these
Marco asking the
scenarios.
question of questions. What's the book?
It's not. Don't do it. It's inaccurate. We won't even suggest it. That makes it easier for us. Toss the book.
They are great, though.
We don't need
Choose Your Own Adventure, Arkham, Reddit, somewhere, internet.
We didn't buy it. It was sent to us. Zach, you said it seems like the book makes it easier to miss things. It seems to be like you're blaming us for this. We followed the book's instructions.
No, he's saying the book makes it easier to miss. He's blaming the book.
To miss things. It's the book's fault.
We'll blame the book.
I think we can all agree it's the book's problem. Demonic piping. Yeah, pipe on there.
Great.
And then gray pipe on.
Great poem.
And then what was the other one? The Night Gaunts. Where are the Night Gaunts? That's a core set. You got core set cards?
It's in that stack.
This one?
Is it not in that stack?
Good luck proving it. This is all Circle Undone here.
Have we not night gaunted this campaign?
Oh, probably not. They only show up in the city and they take you like
What's the logo?
out to the party. It looks like a night gaunt. Wings and horns, furry wings.
It's a cool logo.
Horns, etc. Asking, do they ever reprint the old campaigns? They do. But from what we can tell from observing it for a while, there's basically X many slots in whatever factory is doing it, and they kind of rotate things in.
Well, and I think
so it's not super consistent, them being in stock of this stuff.
Part of it too is,
but they do reprint it.
There's really just no mechanism in the industry for games like this to understand how much to print effectively. And so I think they're printing into a void of demand that has only this year has gone crazy. They were actually doing a pretty good job of keeping most things in stock until
demand increased.
March, April this year.
Okay, Piper's away, and we need a D8.
Well, the D8's for randomly choosing locations, but we have the locations to randomly choose from.
Everybody keeps saying it, though, and they're usually right. One D8 makes this stuff weight better. Yeah, I'm going with, I'll get a D8, but I'll also just use the standard format unless I need not to.
Because I play purple saying, don't use the D8.
Well, there you go. Story of this. Story of the community. People also said not to play that tarot card that is awesome.
Ace of Rods?
Yeah.
The Ace of Spades.
The Ace of Rods, the Ace of Rods.
You're good, Marco. You're not the problem. No one's the problem. It's just there's enough new people, which is awesome, coming on, having no idea what that book is. And the book is so appealing. I have no idea why FFG hasn't made it already.
Well, they got to reprint the old stuff where they can make it.
That's right. Everyone that sees it, though, is like, hey, what's that book? So we get that question often.
Here comes my opening hand.
I thought you were going to say, here comes Santa Claus.
Oh, my goodness. That's a pretty hot opening hand, honestly.
What kind of game we think this is going to be?
Bad one.
Cool. I'm going to keep my Mauser. I'm pitching the rest.
I just pitched one. And
I'm going to keep my black picks.
If Arkham is missing one thing from Cryoshark, what would it be? What would you change? Gameplay-wise? If we're talking about design-wise, that's a good question. It's a really good question. I mean, the easiest answer is just card balance, which does suffer a lot.
Lonnie.
You got Lonnie. I don't know. This game is pretty tight. It's hard to start tweaking pieces and not losing the whole thing.
What would it be? That's a great question.
What up, Liam? Having a good week. I hope you're having a good week too. It's Freaky Friday. Let's go. Let's split up south side. See what's up here.
Let me read you a tale.
Read me a tale.
Hold on, hit the button.
Coming at you.
Agenda 1A, the Chariot. And then Roman numeral for 7.
Okay, that's important. Hold on, let's see. VII.
That's right.
Could be a clue.
If it's anything like Star Wars, this is where it all goes dramatically wrong. The conquest has begun. All shall tremble before the host of chaos. Submit or perish. Forced when doom would be placed on this agenda. Instead, place one breach on a number of different random locations equal to one or more than the number of investigators. Forced when a breach would be placed on a location with 3 breaches. Instead, resolve an incursion at that location. 7 doom to advance. Act 1A. Dark Knowledge, Volume 1. The state of the city continues to decay. Breaches in reality begin to rip through the fabric of Earth, and a faint melody of discordant pipes can be heard throughout the streets. Fast action. Remove 3 breaches from this act. Place 1 clue on a random location. Objective. When the investigators have collected the requisite number of clues, they must immediately spend them and advance. When this act advances, move all of the breaches on it to the next act. So we can take a fast action and remove 3 breaches that we put on this act, 3 resources, to place a clue on a random location. We need 6 clues to advance.
Okay. How do we place a breach on that thing?
Well, we don't know yet. Let's read Southside. Fast action. Choose and discard any number of cards from your hand. For each card discarded in this way, move 1 breach from Southside to the current act.
Well, there you go.
You want to hit me back with a normal?
Well, I'll be. Just like that. Question, get an answer. Yeah, shuffle your cards back in on the mulligan. right, I'm looking to fail a test here.
No test to be taken yet.
I know.
Better start moving.
I know. I mean, we could just go ahead and move a breach right now, which we should do, right?
I have an extra card to lose.
Perfect. You think they'll have actual clues, or is this not good? Is this going to be a weird one?
I think that we're gonna have to
You think we'll have to remove
put
18 breaches
onto that. Yeah, I do.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's take
Spanish
strategy.
saying, by the way, wrong south side. Bryce, who's popping.
There's probably a lot of them, Bryce. I don't know what the difference is.
There's
Hold on.
two. The south side and the Silver Twilight. Have the musical notes. That icon instead of this icon.
But all of these are different. These are different versions of every one of these locations. So how are we going to identify them?
We have a subtitle. South side does not.
No, it doesn't. This is the south side that says choose and discard any number of cards from your hand. The number on the card, I don't know if we number them like that, though. It's number 295, if that helps, Bryce. This is when I'd like to cut to the booth.
Yeah.
Let me just see. No, Shrouded in Mystery. So, yeah, so the rest of them do have the
subtitle.
It seems that.
Well, no.
Nope.
It's just those two that have the subtitle.
Oh, this one's going to be tough. This one's going to be tough. All right, let's get through it, Bryce. Let's go. Let's make this thing happen.
I think he got the chat's saying he got it.
Well, we'll have to do this for every one of them. So keep with us at home. We'll make it happen. If you see the wrong location, which is somewhat likely, we'll fix it. We'll get it sorted.
All right, so how about this? I will start. I will fast action to discard a card.
Good start.
I'm going to move to this location because these two have breaches on them. And this is just off by itself. But that way you know if you should go to that place or not.
I agree.
So I'm gonna fast action discard a card, and I'm gonna move this here.
All right.
Then I have 3 actions left. First one, I'm gonna move to Rivertown. Flavor on it says, and by the way, this is number 293. These past few weeks, the warehouses and docks of Rivertown have been swathed in gray mist, making an already quiet district even more empty and desolate. Action, test 2 book. For each point you succeed by, move a breach from Rivertown to the current act.
Okay. Not exactly the greatest booker, are you?
I'm going to keep going.
3 is fine.
I'm just going to keep rolling so we can see what they do.
Why don't you take that test?
I don't think I can pass it.
You're up by 1. What's the bag look like? Where's our thing? In the clutches of chaos. Minus X, total amount of doom and breaches on your location. So right now it's -1 on the skull. The hood is reveal another. If there are fewer than 3, place 1 on your location. Okay, so it's a static. Tablet, which we don't have, and gas mask is -3. So -3 is the worst, but it's only like 1 or 2 tokens.
I just kind of want to see what these all do before I waste my time.
All right.
So actually, I have money. What kind of trauma do I have here? Do I have a physical?
You have a physical. I've got a mental.
Let's get
physical.
Maze black tokens is gold board.
I know, yeah.
Woo! Hold on. What am I doing?
Yeah, get that fat money.
Look at all this gold. Gold for a reason.
All right. Get that to you.
So I'm probably going to move and then play a card, and that way you can choose which one you want to go for.
All right, I'm with it.
So I'm going to move to French Hill. One of the richest and most historical neighborhoods in Arkham, the many decaying mansions and estates of French Hill hold a lot of wealth and many more secrets. Test 2 brain, built for me. For each point you succeed by, move 1 breach from French Hill. So that's the other thing is, I feel like I want to pass that on 2, on either of these. You can move 2 at a time if you succeed by 2. Whereas if there's only 1 there and you win by 5, it just moves on. All right,
press our luck there.
Then I will play a Lonnie.
Oh, Lonnie. Look at that. We had chat both suggest that Bryce gets a beer bot and a pay raise. You guys are very nice.
It's a good week for Bryce.
Yeah. Neither of those things will happen because we're a faceless corporate entity. And all we care about is profit and our bottom line.
Bryce is smiling in the background. I noticed after those comments about a pay raise and buying a beer, he enabled his camera so we could see him. Yeah. It's like, remember, I'm sitting over here. Yeah, he's doing this in the background.
Go. All right. So I'm going to start with South Church.
Yeah.
First action,
Good
move to
choice.
South Church. Okay. Discard an asset you control from play to move all from South Church to the current act, and we can resign to hide through the night. Very nice.
We gotta
Sanctuary.
hide in the church.
Yeah.
Many fearful citizens are seated at the church's wooden pews, praying and whispering among themselves. Okay. Oh man, an asset.
Yeah.
That's nice. I have a switchblade that's ready for that.
It's perfect for that.
Yeah, once it gets 2 on it, we're switchblading.
So then maybe move, I can check out Uptown or I can check out Merchant District. Also, that's South Church number 299.
299. You remember that? Those commercials? 299. I think it was
No.
Wendy's. It's like 299. It's like, what? It's like 299. What? It's like, that's what I paid for this. 299. It's like a burger, fries, and a drink.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it was a whole thing for a long time. Do you remember that, Bryce? No. Anyone in chat? Am I alone?
Second action.
Is this the end of it? I like this path because like I can get there if I need to.
I think I'm going to come back up to South Side, and then I think I'm going to play a gun.
Stella's got a gun.
Just in case, you know, there's these little night guns
that
floating around
gun
and
is
stuff.
crazy.
The gun's great.
Any gun that reloads when you miss,
Yeah, I know. The survivors are killer.
it's crazy. Give it.
Gotta dive in, man.
Don't you load that thing up?
Move, move. Here comes the Derringer.
David Bagel says, you're alone. Thanks, David. Glad to have you here in my aloneness.
By the nature of him telling you that, you're clearly
Yeah, I'm not alone.
You know, you're
MJ Newman saying, and then I pulled out my gun.
This is an awkward first turn for me in Arkham because I feel like we wasted a lot of time, but it's gonna pay off, right?
Well, the thing about it, we get our random breaches. It makes me think I'm saying like breeches. Get your breaches ready.
I got my random breaches this morning.
So like as long as 2 don't hit the same location, sending it to 3,
That would never happen.
then it's way better, I think, to test while it's at 2.
I agree. It's called efficiency. All right, let's end the round. Gain a money, gain a card. Everything stands up. Oh my god, the rabbit's foot. What
You
do
know, in French Hill, you know what I found?
Liquid
I
courage.
found my lucky cigarette case.
Oh yes. And I found my rabbit's foot. So we're on draw 30 now.
What time is it? Draw time.
All right, so then we add a doom, but we don't add a doom. Instead, one on a number of different locations.
So we basically, it can't be the same location twice.
Okay.
That's what someone was saying earlier, I think. So literally, you are going to draw 3 random locations, and they each get a breach. Is that correct?
Now, could we do one, and then the original one?
I think literally it has to be 3 separate ones, based on the way I was reading the book. You got the book?
It says different random locations. Yeah, so they're all different. Okay, first is Hangman's Hill. Second is French Hill. Third is Silver Twilight.
Wouldn't you know it?
We're gonna have to.
French Hill.
I only have 5 of the fancy tokens, so we're gonna
Silver
have to
Twilight.
come up with
You
something
said Hangman's Hill?
Yeah.
We can use the regulars.
Oh, that's gonna trip me out.
Here, look. Let's just not use these on the board.
Yeah.
Can you replace me?
Don't want them to be clues.
And you can hit me up here. Those
Okay.
better come in packs of a lot.
30.
Great.
Yeah. 30. Okay, so we added 3. So now there should be 5 on the board, which is correct. There's 6 on the board. Okay, it's fine. Didn't we start with 3? Remove 1, add 3, should be 5. What did we do wrong? No, there were 4 on the board
There it is.
when we started. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and then we added 1, 1. Okay, so you're at French Hill. Hey, you're in the perfect moment. You're not gonna. Yeah.
Nope, there's nothing perfect about that moment for me. Okay, back cards.
Mm-hmm.
Start with me. Centuries of Secrets. Test 5 brain. For each point you fail by, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If a curse is discarded this way, deal a direct damage to your investigator and to each of your ally assets. So I'm going to fail by 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay. Just 1 damage to each of them.
Mm-hmm.
I failed by 5. Predictable. There is a curse. They each take a damage.
You need to get your brain in order.
She's got it where it counts.
Terror Unleashed. Curse. If there are no breaches on your location, place 1 breach on your location.
Boom.
You must take X damage or horror divided as you wish. X is the total amount of doom and breaches on your location. So 1 doom or 1 horror.
Oh, it's 1 damage or horror, right?
Yes, 1 damage or horror. Why not damage? Let's keep it easy. 1 and 1. That way, if I happen to hit my superstar, I can get a full heal.
That's right. Max efficiency.
Hey, Matt in the chat.
MJ.
What's up, Matt? Or I should say MJ. Probably change that for a reason. What's up, MJ Newman? I hope you're doing well. It's great. It's great to connect with you even in this weird digital interface. You're one of our favorite people, truly. I don't say that because of Arkham. I say that because of the interactions we've had as human beings.
As humans.
Okay, now we get to decide how we're going to work this thing.
MJ saying, ahoy, doing well.
I have 2 take hearts in my hand, and I'm looking for a test to fail, and I cannot find one.
Can you come over and fail that mental test or pass it and be happy either way?
I won't be happy if I pass it because I'm losing 2 cards and 2 money.
You're not losing it. You can still play that at some... Oh, if you don't put that in.
I got to put it in. Yeah, I got to put the take heart in. I got to believe in it.
Well, now's the time to clear French Hill. Anything with 2 on it has got to go. IMO.
Well, what are you doing about it?
That's not the point here, man.
It's not about what I'm doing. It's about what you're not doing.
I'm probably going to go clear 1 from somewhere. I could also go inspect the Silver Twilight.
Just see what's going on?
Yeah. This is obviously priority because it's the only one that could incur.
Mm-hmm. So I'll probably move, play the Rabbit's Foot, and take a 3-on-2 test and see what happens. If I fail, I get an extra action, and then it'll be a 1 test because of the quick learner.
Yeah.
So I'm in a good spot there. I just, again, won't be able to fail, which is unfortunate. Now what I could do is
you could fail though. Like you auto fail, it would be fine.
But I have to commit my cards first.
Oh yeah,
right. So I'll probably move over. Now what I could do, and this is some hot stuff. I could take an investigate for 4 against a 2. Almost impossible. I don't even think it's possible to pass that. Both take hearts in the test, fail, get an extra action, and then take the
yeah. Why wouldn't you do that? That sounds like the pro play.
It does sound right.
There's the average Steven play, and then there's the average pro Steven play.
Yeah. I usually find myself on the first one, but sometimes I squeak into the second one, yeah.
If you want to see a lot of those, watch our Essex County Express game. That's still, we were talking about that earlier. It's remarkable. All
right, so I'm going to move, fail, and investigate.
Saying take heart is max 1 committed per test.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. That's right. That's probably fair. So first action, I'm gonna do this because I feel like it's just where we are. First action, move.
This comment from Spanner is amazing. He says, "Oh, I'm sure the Silver Twilight Lodge is nothing after you betrayed those fine upstairs gentlemen."
Yeah, of course they won't come back. First action, move to French Hill. Second action, investigate a 4 to a 2, commit a take heart. Now this could go terribly wrong. If I draw the tentacle, we place a breach, and that would cause an explosion.
Better now than never.
-1. That's a failure. Means a couple of things are going to happen. Stella Clark's ability is going to trigger. I'll get an extra action. Take heart is also going to trigger. I'm going to get 2 cards. And I'm going to gain 2 resources. Now, you want to see the real pro play here. No. Third action.
By the way, it's 4 that causes the breach.
Oh, good.
And encouragement.
Well, then we've got nothing but time.
Yeah.
So I think third action, I'm going to play Granny, +1 brain. Then fourth action, we're going to take that test. It's -1 difficulty because I'm a quick learner. So now it's a 1 test to a 4 brain.
That art on quick learner is hilarious.
It is. It's like little monster chess.
Yeah.
Now I could succeed by a 2 here, and that would be great.
That's fine too.
4 to 1, that's succeeding by 3. Is that right? Breach point you succeed by, move 1 breach from French Hill to the current act. I succeeded by 3 points.
Boom.
Who's laughing now? Whoever designed this game is
dude,
getting dunked on right now.
Crazy tough. So you literally remove 3 to put a clue on a random location.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that
Random.
crazy? Yeah.
Wow, we're gonna be running around. It's gonna be Benny Hill in here.
Benny Hillo's got the dillo. Okay, mine. Am I good to go?
You're so good to go.
I'm gonna start by playing my lucky cigarette case, just in case something weird happens at the Silver Twilight Lodge. Then I'm gonna move to the lodge.
Mm-hmm. As you do.
As you approach the manor of the lodge once more, you find it dark and empty. It seems that the members are still laying low, at least for the time being, or they're gone. Comes in with 2 clues. Take a horror, move a breach from the Silver Twilight Lodge to the current act. Victory 1.
Oh, take that horror.
No, the victory is for clearing the clues. The horror is for moving the breach.
Well, move it. You're here, aren't you?
Yeah.
Move that breach.
All right. I'm going to fast action, move the breach.
That's right.
Take a horror, and we'll put it on Alani.
Let's convert the clue. Let's convert to a clue. And I only say that because if it happens to go to the Silver Twilight, I can perhaps clear them all.
Okay. Fast action. Turn 3 of these into a clue.
I think we should just always do that. Chat seems to want us to do that too. Okay. South Church. Getting a clue.
All right. All right. I have 2 actions left. Let's go move.
You gonna discard an asset? Maybe like a cigarette case? Maybe Lonnie?
Down here. Not Lonnie, but
South
I'm just
side?
basically getting in position.
You could fast switchblade and discard it all at once. Cool.
Crazy. Cool.
All right, no enemies?
No,
Draw a card, gain a resource.
man.
You know, the number of times that I have drawn this stupid raven after I played Granny Orn,
High?
tremendous.
Yeah. Nearing 100%.
Tremendous. No one's ever seen this before.
Bad cards?
Yeah.
Witness of Chaos. Spawn.
Wait, we gotta do the breaches.
Oh.
Doom on.
I got you.
South Church. French Hill. Rivertown.
Man. They're really trying to pile up.
It is.
Interestingly, I almost want them to get to 3 at this point. Let's look at the bad cards. Witness of Chaos. Victory 1. Humanoid Witch. Spawn. Location with the fewest breaches. So that would be one of these or that one over there if you're going there anyway. After Witness of Chaos enters play, place a breach on that location.
Okay, what's it look like? Oh, I'm gonna shoot that witch for sure.
You may put it over there on that location you're going to anyway.
It'd be a 5, 6. Yes, I would like that very much.
So then this gets a breach.
Mm-hmm. Victory 1. Hey, this is a very nice. Very nice.
Very nice, very nice.
Yes. Oh no, a lodge enforcer. Spawn. Wait, this is Silver Twilight. They're still around. He's got a sword. He's like a got a what do you call that? Trench coat and a sword, which is a combination of 2 things that are traditionally very cool. Most breaches or Silver Twilight Lodge if there are no locations with breaches. So it would be here or here.
I'm planning to go clear this.
Retaliate. Treat it blank. Treat the location as if its printed text box was blank, except for traits. It's a 3/4. This is easier for me to kill.
I think you put him up here, and you're eventually going to come up there.
Yeah, and he doesn't have Hunter. Man, look at this. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Jan's saying there's a mistake. Silver Twilight and Witches shouldn't both be in the deck.
Oh yeah. Wait, yeah. What is this feather doing? Is that from the main deck? Was it all in the Clutches of Chaos pack? You probably have to do either witches or feathers.
Yeah, look at this.
There's not lodge people. See, they all got witched. That makes sense. So I'm going to guess that the book would tell us either choose the lodge side or the witch side. I'll take a new card. Can you imagine not having chat along with you? How does anybody play this game correctly?
Careful reading.
Yeah, maybe.
Key thing, restart the campaign.
Yeah. DQ. Yeah, we're supposed to remove all the feathers.
All right. Birds of a feather.
I'm beginning to think the Lodge were the good guys. Coven Initiate. Oh, no. Discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. If it causes the encounter deck to run out of cards, draw a hex. All right, this witch needs to get killed.
That's a nice, easy one-shot for you.
Yeah.
Oakley dokley.
Okay. All right. So now we do the bad stuff. No, wait, we did the bad stuff. Now we do the good stuff.
Yeah. So I think here's what I'm looking at. I drew a leather jacket, which is how I can heal here, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally think I move down, get a money, fast action my leather jacket, and I'm going to do this thing next turn and hope it gets to 3 before I do it.
Okay. That's a fair plan. I'm going to shoot this Initiate.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to move. Then I'm going to shoot the Witness of Chaos. If I fail, I'm going to have a chance to shoot it twice, actually, and it's all going to be very good. Or I'm going to shoot this Witch. Then I'm going to take this Brain Test, and then I'm going to play...
Tigger says, bad encounter card. Can we restart the year?
a Rabbit's Foot, which is also reasonable. And then the Witness of Chaos would hunt anyway, so I think I just need to take care of it. Now, in the best of times, I'm going to fail this test.
You want to start?
Yeah. All right, first action, Coven Initiate. 2, 2, 2.
2.
I'm going to use an 18 Derringer to take a shot. It's a 3 plus 2 for the shot, so a 5. It's plus 1 difficulty, though, because I'm not yet quickly learned. So I'm currently 2 up.
So you want to fail.
You know, I kind of do. Doesn't have Retaliate, so
Superstar would be the best. Fail plus a heal?
it would be phenomenal. A -4. That's a good fail. Okay. So we're going to fail that test. A couple of things are going to happen, as you might expect. I'm going to get an extra action. Derringer also says, put 1 ammo back. The next time I trigger this ability, I get an additional +1. And I'm going to play your favorite of mine, Live and Learn. After you play a skill test,
I see.
get +2.
Cheater.
Do it again.
He's an action cheater.
First action still. Shot on the Initiate, it's plus a bunch. We'll see if it matters. Don't need to calculate it. It is absolutely successful.
She gone.
Initiate is dead. 3 actions remain. Second action, move to the Witness of Chaos.
Score that point.
Third action, take a shot at the Witness of Chaos. Let's calculate our odds. 3, 4, 5, -1 for Quick Learner. So it's a 5 to a 3.
Ahead by 2.
Let's see. Which one do you like the most?
Dutch.
And I've got Granny going. So 5 to a 3. Let's go ahead and take the shot. +1. That's 2 damage.
Dun, 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 dun.
And then finally, we'll take the last shot. We're going to add Scrapper. Ahead by 3. Technically 4 with Granny.
Dunk.
-3. Courtesy of... No, the clues don't count. It's just Doom and Breaches. So
Clues don't
-1.
matter.
That's 1 dead Witness of Chaos.
We're going to put that in the victory display.
Here's your witness right here. Witness this.
1 VP. All right, mine?
Nothing like
That was a good turn. That was a very efficient turn.
just cranking, man.
Yeah.
Put that 18 Derringer everywhere it was supposed to be. Now, I think this one doesn't automatically go away. Some of them do.
Used all your bullets. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a turn.
Which? Which? Ah, you thought I missed, but which actually?
But I actually
and then
got you.
which?
That's right. Which? Let's move down to South Church. I'm going to gain a money.
Repent for my crimes against
gonna
these witches.
Fast action leather jacket. And
Daniel,
then I'm going to gain a money.
Daniel, it was not 5, it was 4 because of Live and Learn. The quintessential card in Stella.
All right. No enemies out.
No one needs about. Yep, that's right.
Back to the good stuff.
Back to the good stuff. Draw a card, gain a money. Stella going postal. That's a good joke.
That is actually, it's a shame it took us 8 weeks to understand the humor that was available to us. Doom on, so let's get 3 more random locations. Wah, wah, wah.
Here we go.
Give me South Church.
Okay, coming at you. my awkward shuffling of these. And we got South Church. Oh,
Boom.
nice. Nailed it. Uptown and Hangman's Hill.
Uh-oh. Far side is stacking up. Well, I'm in the right place right now, though. Look at that.
Let's see. Yeah. Hey, if that's correct, Jen, that would be amazing. What does it say? Hold on, I might not lose the ammo. Attempt that test again. I think the ammo does stay on. Oh my gosh.
That's so good.
Because it says,
You live and learn. You're
if you
experienced.
fail, place 1 ammo on the Derringer, and then the next time you trigger this ability, you get +1, but whenever you live and learn, you don't have to spend an ammo again. That's amazing, Jen. Thank you so much for saving me an ammo. That could be the game.
That's amazing. Okay, we put the 3 on, and then we get bad cards.
Bad cards.
Demonic Piping. Surge. If Piper of Azeroth is in play, deal a horror to each investigator at its location and each connecting location. Otherwise, put Demonic Piping into play next to the agenda deck. If 3 copies of Demonic Piping are in play, discard them and spawn Piper of Azeroth. Engage with its prey.
Ugh, gross.
From out of the play area. Search. Look at that art. Diabolic Voices. Test 3 brain. For each point I fail by, discard a random card from my hand. For each card I cannot discard, take a horror. This gets +1 to play for each copy of it in the encounter discard pile.
It's going to be a tough one for old Winnie. It's going to be a tough one.
So it's a -0, but it's 3 to 1. I can't fast action here.
I think you can fast action during a test, can't you? That's the only way you could trigger Winnie's ability. You do have a window after you commit skill cards to fast action. Otherwise, literally, you could not trigger her ability. Feel me?
I feel you.
It's got to be, right? Isn't that how that works?
So I'm gonna test 3 to 1, and I can fast action.
I think after you pass on skill cards being committed, you can. Now there may be a weird rule about no assets or no.
If not, we'll come back. But fast action the Switchblade.
Okay.
And then lose my hands.
Fast actions during any skill test, yeah. You probably have them before and then skill cards and then after. Oh!
Fail by 3 still.
Oh.
Fail by 2.
Okay.
Discard 2 random cards.
Keep this one.
Middle.
Yeah. Assets on your own turn only. Oh, you can't. Okay, so you can only play assets during your turn, which this is not. So hopefully we don't take your. That was not a bad fail though.
Choose 2 that I get to keep.
Okay, keep these 2.
Excellent.
Did we do it right?
We did it.
All right. Oh, but you lost lockpicks?
It's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Give me that bad card. Racked. -1 during the first skill test you perform. That's what I want anyway.
You're a failure.
I'm basically happy. Okay.
Our turn?
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to do.
Our town?
I'm going to fast action my knife in. I'm going to take an action to discard it.
Yeah, you are.
And then I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 to get here for positioning. Because this is going to have to go. Read me?
Yep.
All right. Fast action in my Switchblade. Discard an asset I control to move all breaches from it to South Church.
You want to just convert right to clue?
Straight to clue. Clue me.
Here we go.
Need the Jeopardy music.
Hangman's Hill. That's where you're heading anyway.
That's right. I had a hunch. Then I'll move. We'll start with the Uptown flip. Uptown, typically a safe neighborhood, the cobbled streets of Uptown have taken a very different mood this night. Tendrils of mist reach out from the woods that border the town, stretching over Hangman's Brook and crawling through the streets. Uptown, 3 shroud, 0 clues. Action, choose and discard a card from your hand. Move a breach from Uptown to the current act, +1 additional breach for each foot icon that card has.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna wreck Uptown.
Yeah, I'm an Uptown cat.
You're an Uptown girl?
Uptown girl. So good. Then we'll move to Hangman's Hill. As you approach Hangman's Hill, once more, a torrent of spirits ascend into the sky from the graveyard below. There's Hangman. There's
Hangman in this Hangman's Hill.
The spirits howl in torment as they surround the city, their cries becoming a music of its own.
What's the subtitle on that one?
Where it all ends.
It's unfortunate.
Are you? Action. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a witch enemy and draw it. Then move all breaches from Hangman's Hill to the current act. So you literally go get a witch.
Okay. To get rid of the That's not terrible there.
Not
You got your
positioned.
Mauser yet?
Nope. No. But it's fine. That's my turn.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I discard the knife. I can only move twice.
Oh, it's an actual.
So I can't.
Oh, it's an
can't get to
actual thing.
hangman's yet.
Okay. Not a fast action at all.
Town girl. Man,
Alright.
it's going to be stuck in my head.
First action, we're playing a rabbit's foot. Second action, we're going to investigate. I don't know. Maybe we don't investigate. Maybe I want that third action. Maybe I want to fail this one. Yeah. Second action, I'm going to investigate a 3 to a 4. Technically -1 for racked, so I'm 2 down, and I got take hard in. Failed a million times. But you know what that means? Rabbit's foot draws me a card.
Rabbit foot plus take heart,
heart,
is
draw
so
2.
many cards and
Gain
resources.
2 money. Find a haunted.
Nailed it.
And gain an extra action.
Now's a good time, though, because you can clear them out.
2 actions left.
Uptown girl.
Mm-hmm. 2 actions left. I might just get these the old-fashioned way. I'd be investigating at a 3 against a 3. -1 for this, so a 2 against a 3. So third action, let's hold keyring. Last action, let's keyring to attempt to get the clues. So it's -2 shroud, -1 for quick learner, so it's a 1 shroud. -4. So 0 to 1. That means old keyring comes back here because I did not succeed. But you and me both know what's about to happen. Look what I found. After you fail by 3 or less, I failed by 1. Discover 2 clues.
Nice.
Who's laughing now, game? Who's laughing now? Okay. I'm racked and I'm haunted, but I got some clues. All good on the enemy front?
Yeah.
All right. Everything stands up. We draw a card. Gain a money. And now,
3 random locations.
3 random locations. Here they go.
Rinse, repeat. What was the name of that board game?
Rinse, repeat.
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint, yeah. Oh, there's one. French Hill. South Side. Uptown. Ooh.
Uptown girl. All right. So we're getting close to the number of clues we need.
On the board?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're right. We got victory 1, too. Don't sleep on that. Beautiful
Nailed
reality.
it.
Get your bad card.
Primordial Gateway. Attached to a random location. Place breaches on attached location until there are exactly 3 breaches on it. Treat the attached location as if a printed text box or blank. Test for a book or brain to close the gateway. If you succeed, discard Primordial Gateway.
It's going to South Side.
So,
Gets 1 more breach, huh? That's
Yeah.
not terrible.
3 book or brain.
On the Wings of Darkness. Test for... I just said that really emotionally. Test for foot. If you fail, take some stuff. Disengage from each non-Night God enemy and move to a central location. So I would move to South Side, which is not bad. Okay, test 4. And then I'm as racked during the first skill you perform each round, so this will apply. I'm racked. I'm also -1 because I'm haunted. So I'm at -2, so it's a 2 to a 4. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see any way that I win this. Nor do I really need to. What's damage? What's horror?
Nothing. Yeah, Southside apparently is the worst place to have that
Makes
because
sense,
it's
'cause it's a big
connected
T,
to everything.
yeah?
Yeah.
We will not have an incursion there. This I can tell you. We're going to fail. Don't worry, though. Rabbit's foot. And then we'll also get an extra action for the turn. And then we will get punted over to south side.
So you're queuing up.
I'm uniquely ready to solve this problem.
Gotcha. And then now it's our turn.
Now it's our turn.
And you're capable of solving this problem.
Yes, I think so.
Let me get some water.
I've got to be I must be capable.
You need anything?
Not a thing.
I'm gonna go sing out Uptown Girl.
Uptown. I'm going to take the first run here. You cool with that?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'm pretty much sitting here trying to make it happen. So first and second, we're going to ditch Haunted. 2 actions remain. I'm full up, and now everything's -1 difficulty. So let's go ahead and attempt third action, the Primordial Gateway. And we need a 4 brain or a 4 book. We'll do a 4 brain. So I'm 4 brain currently to its 3 because of Quick Learner. So I'm going to go up 1 and then up I think I go up 1. I'm 4 to 3 here with Granny. Skull fails me. I've got to go up 1 more. Double Granny. All right, so I'm +2. I've got a 4 stat, so it's 6. It's a 3 test. Oh, I do need to take the damage. Thank you. I was so unconcerned that I just... Three up. That's why you do it. -3, so that's a pass. It's gone. And then last action of 4. I'll probably end up just drawing a card. I should test that brain test. I'm going to do that. So let's do Southside's ability. I'm going to discard 2 Dumb Luck, which is really nice for Uptown, but Zach's probably going to do that. Let me check with him before I do that, actually. It's a team game, really. It's a team game. I want to discard these first before I attempt my racked test so that I don't have the -3 on the skull. Discard, for each card, discard and move 1 breach. Yeah. I can move 2, get another clue on the board. Then we got 5 total appearing so far. Zach's in there chatting. He's like making a corn dog or something. Guys, it's kind of gray outside in Tulsa. Although we've been having some excellent weather. Absolutely excellent weather. It's been very nice. Windows and doors are getting installed in the house today. Hey, I got a question for you.
Yep.
Do you feel confident in your ability to discard a card at Uptown with foots on it?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to discard 2 Dumb Lucks at Southside to move 2 breaches. And we're going to convert one of these.
Did you clear that thing?
Yep. And we're going to do a random. I've got 1 action left. Clue's going to Rivertown. Up here. And then last action, I'm going to attempt this racked test. It's going to be a 2 difficulty to a 4. Nailed it. -1.
You're unracked.
I came to party today, Zach.
I came for straight business. Get it done.
All right, your turn. I'll trade you. I'm going to go get
Okay.
a corn dog. Just kidding. Not really.
What?
That's not good, though, doesn't it?
I love corn dogs.
Yeah, but we can't eat them, can we?
Nope. Not good for a lot of reasons. All right, does Steven do anything illegal while I was gone? You can tell me. I think this is pretty simple. Now, here's the thing. I can't discard a weakness from my hand, right? Like as this south side action. David's saying you're serving beer on tap and cocktails in the next direction. So we were serving beer in the previous location. Probably gonna do the same in the next location unless something goes weird. And we're exploring cocktails. Something we love, and it's kind of something we've been pursuing for years as people. And it was a different level of seriousness to apply for that kind of licensing in Oklahoma. So we didn't do it originally for a lot of reasons, but we're looking to kind of swing for the fences with the next door. Can't optionally choose to discard a weakness from hand. Okay. So, action to get these over. Move. Draw. Fast action. Clear. Guess. There's no test to take.
People know.
This has been rough for old Winifred because there's not tests.
Are you failing?
Not yet, but there's no test to take.
I know.
And I can't turn my tests, like she turns her tests into foot tests. It's not how this is set up. Anyways, I'm gonna take an action.
You found plenty of brain tests.
I'm gonna discard this. I have found plenty of brain tests, but I need to like investigate and turn into a foot test, or fight and turn into a foot test, which is not how this is working. So then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna move here. No. You can handle this next round, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna... You know what? I should move here. So I use this action, I moved. Don't mind me.
You're not going to Hangman's?
Let's not move. I'm gonna draw a card first.
Oh, wow.
You'll see why. No. I think I'm gonna draw another card. We're set up to. I guess we won't. We need the clues we need to get the clues.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Okay. This guy gets it.
Get the clues.
End of round.
Scenario 7. We figured it out.
Money and a card.
Oof. At least I got him out early. Called by the Mish.
Flipperooskies.
Mm-hmm.
And then breach time. Hold on to your breeches.
Southside. Uptown. South Church. We got ourselves a bit of a party there in the middle.
Yeah,
Cards.
That's why I was drawing cards.
They got a Will Hagwood over there on Twitch.
Demonic piping. What up, Will? You saying when did the solo characters come out? That was a couple months ago. Peril, toil, and trouble.
He looks down. Was Will the one that played Lupin Chewy?
He is. He sure is. Legendary. All right, I'm going to resolve the revelation ability on the topmost power treachery card. Primordial Gateway. Attached to a random location. Place 3 breaches on the location until there are exactly 3 breaches on it.
Wow. The other stuff must have been really bad.
The other one was resolve an incursion here.
No, I don't need that. South Church. Nothing a leather jacket discard can't fix.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is for you.
Centuries of Secrets. Test 5 Brain. For each point you fail by discard the top card of the encounter deck. And then, if there's a curse, do 1 to your Investigator and each of your ally assets, which would kill Granny.
Don't fail me now.
Removing her from the game forever.
Forever.
I take 1 damage, courtesy of Called by the Mist. Thanks for something that is unpreventable. Appreciate that. Don't even get an opportunity. We're just gonna have to Bugatti this test.
You got Granny.
I've got a 4 to a 5. I'm gonna get that rabbit's foot though.
You're 4, it's 5.
Yeah.
It's okay if you fail. You just don't want to discard a curse. Actually, if you can discard one of these demonic pipings, that would be great.
Oh, baby mama. Okay.
So you can fail by 0.
No, it's a -1 if I choose it. Oh, wait, you may instead choose to automatically fail the skill test. Would I fail it by 0 or would I fail it by 5? Is it like a tentacle? I think I would fail it by 0, man. That's so good.
And heal.
Yes.
And get an action and get a rabbit's foot.
It says effect +1. You may instead...
Condescension says autofill means skill becomes 0.
It's not an autofill. Oh, wait, it does say that expressly.
So you can take a chance on 5 cards.
To heal 2? No, I'd rather get a +1 and just fail it and just pass it.
Is it a +1?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pass it.
Yeah, let's pass it.
Although discarding one of these pipings would be excellent.
You want to roll the dice on that one? Or, I'm not losing Granny.
I'm
not losing Granny, man. Granny's the one.
Oh, Lord.
She's the one.
All right. So we have a South Church problem.
Yeah.
For reals.
So I can move and do the test.
This one?
Mm-hmm. And I can discard this weakness, right?
No.
I can probably discard the Derringer at this point. It's got 1 ammo.
I think that's the play.
What do you know?
You're just sacrificing everything for this game.
It's got 1 ammo. I've got to get rid of this Call by the Mist. I'm going to take a damage just to do that test. Actually, the difficulty would be 3 if it's my 3rd action. But then I couldn't do discard an asset because that is an actual action. Why are these weaknesses so bad for me?
I think they were designed that way. Oh, yeah, at the end of the round, I lost 2 money.
Oh, I wonder why.
I can't tell you. I may have been a little reckless.
So move, take a damage, hopefully don't fail. But if you do fail, it's not too bad. Okay. Move. Initiate Primordial Gateway test. I'm going to do a 4 to a 4. And I'm going to take a damage.
Okay.
Worst things have happened, right?
True.
This is not a good test.
You kind of want to fail, though, right?
I don't kind of. Yeah, I did fail. So nothing happens except for the fact that Rabbit's Foot's going to draw me a card. Now, I failed by 2, which is close to Grannyable, but it's not.
Now, you have 2 actions left?
Yeah.
So
I've got the goods now, though.
Okay. I was going to say, the other thing is, this is only connected to this. So a breach here clearing is not like the worst imaginable outcome.
Yeah.
Not ideal, but...
3rd action. Primordial Gateway is now a 3 difficulty, so Called by the Mist doesn't call me. Courtesy of Quick Learner.
Man. Gross.
So it's a 3 to a 4. And I'm going to throw an Unexpected Courage.
That was unexpected.
6 to a 3.
Cage McClure, those dark tokens are fresh. Might we be seeing those in the store? You might be seeing them very soon. Holiday times.
Success. Unexpected Courage is in the discard pile in case you need it.
Great success. Yeah, I will eventually need
And then the
it.
last action, discard an asset, is the Derringer.
Boom. You want to convert to a clue?
Yeah, let's go.
Where's it going? We could do like a magic missile situation. I'll flip it up in the air, whatever it lands on.
Yeah. Hangman's Hill.
Yeah, it's loaded.
Ooh, we gotta go get that witch party started. Which party?
I don't know.
I'm done.
All right.
And then next turn, I'll easily get that clue with the key ring. I've got the keys to the South Church because I deliver mail there. This could all go mashed potatoes if the wrong thing happens. Is there a merchant district in here? Do we know that for sure? Yep, we just haven't drawn it yet. That's how randomness works, in case you weren't aware. There's no consistent random.
As I have friends that would say otherwise.
Your friend Matthew Phillips
Is wrong.
is wrong.
Yeah. Oh.
Though I suppose if you run a random sample infinite number of times, will it ever be consistent in its variation?
By its nature, it is consistent because it's random.
I mean, you would expect to see, like, if it was between -1, 0, and 1, you would expect to see it even out to a relatively flat number of 1s, 0s, and -1s over time. Right? Like, if you flip a coin 1,000,000 times, the more you do it, the more it's going to even out, right?
That's what you would think. Your odds would be that it would be close, but that's the bell curve, right? So the derivative's out of variance. And so like the further it's possible you could get 90% heads and 10% tails.
It's possible.
That is possible.
It's possible.
Otherwise the coin is not random.
But as Krajcik said, after an infinite number of times, it should even out exactly.
Yeah.
It would have to.
But after 1,000 or 1,000,000 or 1,000,000,000, you don't know.
We've never done the test.
Okay. I think I'm going to discard a card.
Good start. Just for one? What's one breach?
I'll probably leave it actually, because one card is 2 of those later.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think I'm going to move here, discard one of these, because this is the worst place for it to happen.
How about, why not both? Oh, because you only discard one.
Yeah. So discard one, and then I'm going to go here to try to do something fancy.
Oh, cool.
So
I like fancy.
Move here, fast action. We'll discard a card. Put here. You want to put another random clue on?
You know I do. Hangman's Hill's looking awfully suspicious over there.
That sure is.
Uptown.
Uptown. See, it's already paying out. Then I'm going to move here.
It's probably not.
Move. Oh, yeah, clue. Move. Then I'm going to investigate, and I'm going to commit a reckless.
Wait a minute. So, did you do anything here? No, you didn't.
No. Move, fast action.
Right.
Move.
Right.
Test.
That's it.
3 books to 2 book. I'm ahead by 1. Commit only to a skill test I'm performing that has no other cards committed to it.
Reckless.
If it fails, I return it to my hand. If I succeed, I get rid of it. So
You're trying to actually succeed.
Just trying to do something.
So it's a 2 to a 2?
A 3 to a 2.
This doesn't give you a minus or anything?
No. It's just if I fail, it goes back to my hand and I lose 2 money.
So it just means you can't turn skill tests on. Okay, I got you.
I failed.
You did.
It's back.
Yeah.
End of the round.
Everything ready's. Draw a
I
card.
lose 2 money, gain 1 money.
Gain a resource. And then incursions happen.
Uptown girl.
If I was good at cheating, I could definitely know what these locations were.
That is not why we're here.
Speak for yourself. Merchant District, Rivertown, French Hill.
That's actually great.
Wow. That's so convenient for you. Can you get to French Hill?
I could, but it
And
doesn't
do
matter.
nothing?
But I can take a really sweet test there and then go check out Merchant Hill. Bad cards. Coven Initiate. Humanoid Witch. Revelation. Discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. If this effect causes the encounter deck, oh, give me one of those pipings.
Pipe.
There it is.
Pipe.
Oh, yeah. The effect causes the encounter deck to run out of cards. It didn't. So then I just have an Initiate. We're going to have to punch our way through.
Or evade. It's easily punchable as well, as you know. My bad card, if you would, please. A hunting night gaunt.
You got gaunted.
It's a 3/4/1 hunter. When attempting to evade it, double the negative modifier of each revealed chaos token. Now, if I reveal a tentacle, does it double?
2 tentacles?
That's not a negative modifier. That's a tentacle.
That's right. You can't double.
There's
triple stamp
not a
double
negative
stamp.
modifier on a revealed chaos token. It's a symbol, so you don't double it, right?
You don't double it, but you still fail.
You don't double it, but you still fail.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Well,
Here we are.
Glad that happened. I'm gonna try to punch this
I'm
initiative.
glad I ditched that gun. This night gun is going to be a problem, straight up.
Well, we'll start with me and see where we get.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to punch the initiate with reckless.
It's a reckless punch.
I'm ahead by 2.
This is the test you needed.
Is there a tornado in here? Head by 2.
Ah,
-3.
it's a -3.
We'll try it
We
again
all saw it
with a
happen.
reckless.
Does she retaliate or anything? No, she doesn't. -3. Perhaps an evade is in order.
No, it doesn't matter.
Well, if you don't evade, you take sanity damage. A 5 stat is a really good way to clear that reckless out. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, okay. I will evade with a reckless end. Now I'll get to like 0.
Isn't that good for you? What does that do? I mean, obviously it's good for you, but
After this test ends, for every 2 points you succeeded by, return a card you committed to this test to your hand.
is that necessary? You have to?
it's not.
It's not. Is it voluntary? Oh my god, this is so funny. If you have to return that reckless to your hand, I'm going to die. I will fall down with laughter. Oh my gosh, Zach, I think it's true. You get your cigarette case though. You succeeded by 4.
Jan saying it's optional. Great.
Jan does say it's optional, and Jan has been right
I
about
trust
everything
Jan.
so far.
So I was at 6-2. I win by 4. Well, cigarette case.
It doesn't say May though. It doesn't say May at all. I'm gonna guess you got to pick it back up.
Chris Hodovec saying it's optional.
Okay, Chris and Jan both on it. Then what's the rule that makes that optional? The text isn't.
I'm not gonna push her anywhere because she's coming right back.
The text doesn't make it obvious.
Lucas saying it's not forced. All right, you're up.
No, that's what the text says. Okay, this should be up too. Can you put this back in the bag, please? I'd like to draw that maybe. Okay, Night Gaunt. Now, do you actually double the symbol or not? That's relevant.
I mean, if it's a negative modifier symbol, I think you would double it.
But there's not a negative modifier on the revealed chaos token.
But isn't the negative modifier on the skull currently 0 where you're at?
Well, yeah, after you make it resolve. Anyway, Night Gaunt, we're going to try to evade it. Keep an eye on chat.
Yeah, I'm watching. Banner still disagrees that it's optional, but we'll see.
All right, Night Gaunt, we're going to try to evade you. The difficulty is a 2. My stat is a 4. And we're doubling. Tentacle. Would that technically be a -6? If we agree with this?
No, it'd be -4, right?
It says double the negative
it's technically
modifier.
on here, -3.
Yeah. So I'm going to fail by a bunch. And it also is going to place a breach on a random location.
Could be
I
bad.
hope it's not one of those. Yeah, I think you got to pick that reckless up. We all know how games work at this point.
The fact that Chris is saying it makes me question it, but I'll put it back. It doesn't really matter.
Merchant District. It's not bad.
Load them up.
Second. I'm going to try that again. I just have nothing else to do here. Oh, wait. I did fail, so I get to Rabbit's Foot. I do get the extra action. Ooh. I'm going to live and learn that test.
Try it again.
Yeah.
but now with a whole bunch of bonuses.
Ooh, wait, maybe I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. Second action, we're going to try to do that again. So it's a 1 now to a 4. -2. So technically -4. So I go to 0 to its 1. Granny's going to go up.
That's right.
So that's 1. So 4 plus 1, 3. So I win by meeting his stat. Okay. Third action. I really need to get that shroud. 1, 2, 3. Third action, let's grab clue.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 to 0, or it's 2 to 3, but I take it to 0 shroud with the keyring. Doesn't matter. Success.
Great success.
And then last action, we're getting out of here and we're going up to south side.
Yeah.
As you do.
Into the round.
Into the round.
Enemy is enemy. They're all exhausted.
Gonna stand up.
Engaged. Card and a resource.
Card and a money. All right, let's breach some breaches. We're about to get breached here.
Nah. This is about to all go our way.
I'm sure of it.
I've never been more certain of anything.
I'm certain. South Church. Acceptable. South Side. Acceptable. Uptown. Acceptable.
Great success. Bad cards.
Here we go.
Evil past.
Put it into player threat area. Is that what it says?
Yeah. When the card deck runs out, I take 2 horror and then I test 3 brain.
I'm sure you'll pass.
Mm-hmm.
Centuries of Secrets. Test 5. Kill an ally, basically. 1 for Called by the Miss. That's awesome. I love this weakness. And then we test 5 and we lose Granny.
Huh.
Or maybe we succeed again. You know, things could always happen. Or maybe okay. So here's the question. I'm taking this test at a 4 to a 5. Whenever this test is initiated, I take a damage. I could put that damage on Granny and kill her, knowing that if I fail this test, she's taking 1 and dying anyway. But it gives me a 1 less shot at succeeding. But the odds are so low at hitting a +1.
Agreed.
Now, I would have to discard a curse. I'm going to roll the dice.
I'm putting Reckless back in my hand based on chat.
Yeah. Oof. Eesh. Ah.
Ooh,
-3. Okay, so let's go 3, 4 to 5, -3. So I'm 1 to 5. Let's go 2 to 5. Granny's fighting for her life here. Let's discard 3 cards. And hope for no curses.
Curse?
And then we also got to do a breach.
No curse. No curse. Curse.
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, that is such a bad swing. At least I get the rabbit's foot, and that's worth something, I guess. Okay, and then we do a random breach because it was a tentacle or a gas mask. I'm 2 away from death, my friend.
There's a lot of places this goes very poorly.
It's already gone. By the way, Rivertown. There's the breach.
Boom. All right. Hand me the book.
To the book.
Oh,
Oh, it's right here. This will tell us what to do. The act.
When a breach would be placed on a location through it, instead resolve an incursion.
All right. Remove everything, place a doom on it, and then put a breach on everything that connects to it.
Doom. And then this gets a doom,
You get a doom.
which then puts a breach here. This puts a breach here. This puts a breach here. So that puts a doom. That puts a breach here, and here, and here. And does this spin back?
Well, we got to resolve it in order. So do this one, and do the incursions, do they immediately take priority? I think it said that.
That's what I was asking for.
Said you do incursions again.
Where'd that go?
Right here.
Yeah. So, incursions, these steps. First, remove all breaches on that location. Second, place a doom on that location. Finally, place a breach on each connecting location. This can chain react and cause additional incursions to occur. Once an incursion is resolved at a location, breaches from other incursions cannot be placed on that location for the remainder of the phase. So this places here, which triggered both of these. Or it didn't trigger both of these, it triggered this one. But more can't be placed on this round. Then the one that triggered here made this one pop.
One here,
and those
one
can't
there.
have any place on them. So here, here, and here.
Okay.
And then we're done.
All right. And so that happens again. We're about done. So we need a long ball here. Can you...
So nope.
That was my bad card. So we're ready here now.
So I think I have to evade this thing first. Leave her
Yes.
behind.
Can you get that clue? Is there any world where that's possible?
Yeah, it's possible. Do I find it likely? Medium? Yeah, let's try it. Let me evade here, get that clue, and then I'll move. But you're going to have to deal with... This is probably the worst one because it would set both of those off. Or I can leave the clue, and I can go to the merchant district and see what I can do about it.
Yeah. I don't have any foots.
I can go deal with the foots.
Actually,
I can't.
You'd take 3 attacks of opportunity, basically. But that's only 3 sanity. That's not a huge deal. Do you have no foots in hand?
I have foots.
So you'd go move, remove a bunch.
Yeah. I think it's what I have to do.
Probably. Yeah.
And
I've got an extra. I've got 4 actions this turn, so. And then I can get this clue. And this clue pretty easily, and probably those clues. And then this guy's gonna hunt
up here.
up. So don't be at south side.
Yeah.
So I can go, let's see, action, 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 action. I can end up at uptown as well, which I think is right. Or I could pop to merchant district and see what's...
I'm going to have to go here anyway, so I can go there to see what it is. Let me start there.
Yeah, take a look.
So I'm going to move here. We'll put 1 on Lonnie.
Classic.
Flip merchant district. The commercial center of Arkham, the merchant district is usually busting at all hours, but tonight the dockhands and sailors have vanished, leaving you with a sense of unease. The mist over the dark waters of Miskatonic seem to take unnatural shapes as you watch from afar. Spend 2 resources to move a breach. As a fast action. Wish I had 2 resources. That would be cool if I didn't have that weakness. Then we'll move again. Taking another. Then I will take an action. Discard. 1 foot, which will remove 2 of these. You're up.
Okay. I don't think I have time to get rid of this Called by the Miss. I'm just going to be honest with everybody. It's time for dying. Okay, so first action, we're going to play a Mysterious Raven. Second action, we'll move here. Fast action, discard, take a horror, grab a clue. Third action, here, remove a breach, turn it into a clue.
Now, you could technically do that again, right?
What's that?
Fast action for 2 resources?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have, I mean...
I would rather not until we absolutely have to. Clue on the merchant district. Well, hello. I think I'm going to grab that clue.
Yep. We grab this clue and then we're off to the races.
We're off to the races, yeah. So let's do last action. old key ring. It's going to be -1 because I'm a quick learner. So it's a 2 to a 2 -2. So a 2 to a 1. So a 2 to a 0. So hey, I can't fail.
Hey,
Well, there's only one way I can fail. Is what I
there's
mean.
always a way to fail in Arkham. Am I right?
Not like that though. So Shroud of Zero says easy clues.
Yeah, that's a collective cash.
Very nice. That was a fortunate swing for us.
All right. Enemy's gonna enemy.
Hunters hunt.
I get punched in
You
my
get-
brain.
You get a brain punch. You get a brain punch. And you get a brain punch. Draw a card. Gain a resource. Here comes
Johnny.
the breaches. Millions of breaches.
Breaches for me.
We've got one on Uptown. We've got one on Hangman's. And we've got one on the Silver Twilight Lodge. Welcome, everybody.
All right. Bad cards.
Bad cards. Make them not so bad, please.
Racked.
Classic. You're the cursed sponge this game. Chaos Manifest. Test 3 brain. Place 1 breach on X different random locations where X is the amount you failed by.
I've got a plan.
We're about to breach up.
What is it?
Test 3 brain. Place a breach on your margin of failure, essentially. I'm a 3 to a 3 currently, and there's nothing.
Sometimes you just gotta get lucky.
Sometimes you just gotta make it happen. Where are all of my rain and snow cards, you know?
I'd love to see
Wouldn't that be
them.
nice?
You'll love to see it.
Oh, let's do 3.
3 random.
3 random breaches. Just one accelerator.
It's really fine.
It's fine. It's gonna be French Hill, South Church.
Boom. Dumon.
Mm-hmm.
And then it puts 1 here.
Merchant Districts. South Side. Not bad, not bad, not bad.
Okay.
Okay. And I got 4 actions. And I get a rabbit's foot. Okay.
All right, so here's where I'm at. I think I'm going to take a reckless test 4 to 2 here. If I succeed, I get rid of reckless and it's evaded, and I get rid of racked with the next action. Then I'm going to use my other action. I can possibly get that clue and we advance before you do anything.
If that's the best you've got, for sure, I think that's reasonable. Because I can get it if you don't. That's basically what we're looking at.
I think I like that play. And then I have Lonnie ready for when he comes over.
Okay.
Someone's got to take that.
You got any guns? Where are those guns, man?
No. I'm just going to evade his socks off.
Okay.
So I'll take a reckless evasion here. If I fail, well, that's a problem. I'm racked, so I'm only ahead by 2.
I'll take a reckless evasion.
Got it.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
No
Gone.
longer reckless.
I'm going to take a action with rack to get rid of that. Now, technically, if you can get this clue and move, I could actually just move here.
I can definitely get that clue and move. I mean,
Once you get that clue, we're going to flip,
chances are high I can get that clue.
whatever that means. I have a lot of wilds going on right now. You have anything copycatable on the investigate for me?
Yes. 2 wild unexpected
double wild?
courage.
What happens if I fail?
Nothing.
Okay.
It would go to my hand, but then your
Bottom
ability
of the
puts
deck.
it at the bottom of the deck. Yeah.
Because this is here too. I'm tempted to move. If you think you can get that clue.
I think we can get the clue and end up at Hangman's Hill together.
I'm going to move to Hangman's. And I can't trigger that just yet.
All right.
And she's here.
Just forever called by the miss.
And I succeeded by 0. So I can't lucky cigarette case.
Nah, not that lucky today.
Millions of breaches. Breaches for me.
Okay, so move, play 4 to 2 is not bad. Okay. So let's do a move. Play an old keyring.
Now, if you happen to have 2 spare money, that could have been.
I can do that. I don't really want to.
It's okay if
Oh, we
not.
got 7.
3 more to go.
No, I'm gonna do something else. Okay, second, let's see, move, play the keyring, third action, -1 for quick learner, so 2 shroud, -2 for keyring, 0 shroud.
Can't fail except for one way.
We can't fail, right? That is a bummer though. If you fail, I don't fail.
You get the clue?
Get the clue.
This immediately happens.
Do we have to turn them in or anything?
Immediately. When the investigators have collected the requisite number, they must immediately spend them in advance. When this act advances, move all of the breaches on it to the next act.
Do we have any? I don't think we did we?
No. Annette Mason, humanoid witch, spawn at Hangman's Hill.
Oh no, well that could be good or bad. Wait, that's you.
Alert Hunter, Annette Mason gets -2 health for each clue controlled by an investigator. 12 health. Forced after 1 or more breaches are placed on Annette Mason's location, each investigator must either take a damage or horror. Beyond the grave, this nightmare will not end until you stop the one behind it. Annette Mason and the spirit which possesses her. The world is falling apart all around you, and the coven is only bringing the end closer. Fast action, remove 3 breaches from this location act. Place 1 clue at random on a random location. Objective, if Annette Mason is defeated, advance. Gary Weston. It writes itself, really.
-2 health for each clue controlled by an investigator. So we can pretty easily drop her to 8 health by grabbing those 2, which I can do.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a leather jacket, Lonnie kind of situation that you can mess with.
Yeah.
And it seems to me that we start slapping.
Yeah. It's a brawl.
And then we'll have 1 turn, and then the Night Gaunt will come in and make things much worse. So I think my last action's got to be to move over.
Come to the party?
Yeah. Nothing was ever bad being in the same location as the big witch. Okay. 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 Everything's fine. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
End of the round?
Yes. Everything ready's. Well, hunters hunt. I'm a-coming for you. I'm a night gaunt. Gonna catch ya. Then we draw a card. These are the good things. And gain a resource. And then we breach on.
Breach on, Belle, she's woman.
Is that Tim Petty?
No.
Oh, and that attacks you too.
Yeah, of course.
Figure that out.
1, 2, 3, 1.
You were prepared for this, though.
I just got dunked on.
You got a surprise witch. Hangman's Hill. That's the worst thing. Now, does it say if it would be placed? Would be placed instead resolve an incursion, so we don't place it, which means that we don't trigger Annette's ability because it says after breaches are placed, and this says instead of placing.
All right, I will take the rules lawyer.
That's right. There. Sometimes it's necessary.
1 on Uptown.
Now it blows up. Uptown.
Cool.
Doom.
It's going to be over before it started. So it can't be placed here, but 1 can be placed here. Doom.
That's 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done.
Forced. 7, Doom. Let's read it. The stars vanish in the night sky as the maw of the void swallows the horizon. The muffled beating of maddening drums and the thin whine of otherworldly flutes drift through the emptiness. Check the campaign log. If Annette Mason is possessed by evil.
We know that's true. It is true.
Proceed to resolution 3.
Oh my gosh! All right, they just slammed us, man. Come on, come on. This is difficult.
It was,
This would be a lot easier with like 4 players.
yeah.
Although you do more breaches, but you can be in more places. I don't know.
All right, resolution 3.
I'm ready.
Annette stands at the center of her circle of witches, her eyes aglow with boundless power. Above, hundreds of phantasmal shapes reach out, a web of power linking the witches and their deceased brethren. The wraiths descend, each claiming a body for themselves, manipulating it to their own ends. The witches only show of resistance is the blood that drips from their eyes as their unwilling spells reach its culminations. It is time, the disembodied voice of Keziah declares through Annette's lips. The primal chaos awaits. Hear us, Damon Sultan. Her voice rises into the night, and a breach greater than the sky itself opens. The borders of the horizons frame the empty void above. It reaches into infinity, beyond the confines of 3-dimensional space. I have done as you commanded of me, she says to a being who is not present, but can hear her every word. Now, reap this world of the living, and let them suffer for their mistakes. With that, the spectral figures vanish one by one, whisked away by the emptiness above. Annette and her sisters collapse to the ground unceremoniously. A thin, discordant flute warbles throughout the fabric of the world. In your campaign log, record, Doom draws closer. Doom draws ever closer.
Grabbing my pen. Say nothing. An eerie silence fell over the room.
Play that flute.
Play that funky flute. Okay.
Doom draws the ever closer.
Good luck for you.
Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory value of each card in the victory display. 2.
You kidding me? 2.
2. Proceed to interlude 4, Twist of Fate. That was a good card in the Star Wars LCG. Look at this art.
That was the game in the Star Wars LCG.
The Void.
Ooh, that's super nice. We're approaching the Void.
You stand underneath the breach in awe of its presence. Everything the soothsayer predicted has come to pass. This is a matter of life and death, she had told you. How right she was. Beyond the cosmic ingress, the nucleus of the cosmos awaits. Now you understand what dwell on the other side. Gnawing hungrily at the fabric of reality. The doom of all humanity. No, not just humanity. The doom of all life in this universe. There's a bitter taste in your mouth. Tears well in your eyes. You close your fists so hard your nails dig into your flesh. If you have to die, then you die. Then die you will. But you're not going to die sitting down. Go to page 218. In your campaign log, record the path. The path winds before you. Next to this, record a number of tally marks based on the conditions below.
The path winds before me or before you?
Before you.
Before Zach?
You. All right, you ready for the tally marks?
Yes.
If you accepted your fate, did we?
We rejected our fate.
If the investigators asked Annette for assistance.
We do not appear to have asked Annette for any assistance.
If the investigators asked Sanford for assistance.
We don't seem to have asked anybody for assistance.
If you accepted your fate? No.
Rejected.
If there are 2 or fewer mementos listed under mementos discovered.
2 or fewer mementos discovered. That's true. Wait.
Didn't we discover a lot of them?
We discovered 4 of them, but then there's X's next to them. So did we lose them?
Well, we handed them in, but we still discovered them, right?
Okay, yeah, we discovered 4. Yeah.
So we discovered more. If an investigator has the black book in his or her deck.
Yes, true.
It contains knowledge of the land beyond ordered time and space. Record 1 tally mark.
Done.
If doom draws ever closer.
We just said that, yeah.
Azahoth's maw begins to open. Record 2 tally marks.
We lost all the memento.
Okay.
2 tally marks for the doom draws ever closer, and then 1 for the mementos.
Oh, well, no. If there are 2 or 3 mementos, ready for this?
Yeah.
You are woefully underprepared for this journey. Nothing happens.
No. So we want the tally marks?
I don't know. Go to page 220. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
For almost an hour, you stare up into the empty abyss, pondering your options and your fate.
A flock of faceless winged creatures circle the field where you sit. They almost move like vultures, waiting for your demise so as to feast on your corpse.
Almost.
They draw ever nearer, and you begin to wonder if they could read the thoughts that hover on the surface of your mind. Rising to your feet, you raise your arm and call out to one of them.
Caw.
This may be the most foolish thing you've ever done, you think to yourself, but your instinct proves to be the right one. The creature descends on black, leathery wings, landing on the wet grass in front of you. One lowers itself until it reaches the height of your shoulders, offering its back to you. Swallowing the very last of your doubts and your fear, you climb aboard the creature. With a swift slap of its wings, it carries you off into the void, beyond the limits of space, to the domain of Azathoth. Proceed to Scenario 8, Beyond the Black Throne.
It's just like never-ending story. We got 3 tally marks. That seems average.
Scenario 8 has 3 tally marks on it as well.
Oh, we matched the tally marks. Well, what do you think about that,
Michael
man?
saying you want the tally marks. Can you hear me on the normal mic?
I feel like that. I feel like I did pretty well. But it did feel like a big toilet swirl the whole time, didn't it? Like we were just slowly losing.
Yeah, I felt okay for a while. The turn that I gobbledygooked over there with the net, and not with the net, with the witch, I think that was bad. I should have just evaded first.
Mm-hmm. Drop the reckless.
And then I can drop those things off and move here, and I could have gotten rid of one of those. I think that would have bought us a turn or two.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that put me in a position where I needed to take a bunch of horror and move here, and then being a Hangman's Hill when a net comes out is just like...
That's a problem. I mean, it does say it kind of right there in the name.
It all ends here.
Yeah.
I did read that.
Oh, man, that's so funny. But the good news is that we did side with the witches, as Chad is noting. And I feel like they're going to be the key to our success in Scenario 8.
Or failure.
No, because they're probably, trying to overthrow Azathoth. There's probably some kind of internal political strife.
Demonic
And
strife
Annette's
happening.
going up there to take on the big demon elder god, whatever, and they're going to be successful. It's kind of like, she's kind of like the Gandalf of this story, ultimately.
She's like an anti-Gandalf.
She's riding in. The sun is rising. Azathoth looks like he's going to be victorious, but Annette has a different plan, bringing us in via Night Gaunt with a leather jacket and an old key ring, here to
I brought the secret weapon.
take it all to the party.
Cage McClure saying the next scenario is like Arkham on acid.
Ooh,
Well, that's good. We're getting
exciting.
a Thanksgiving break between now and then.
That's
so,
right. I'll up my supply. We can come in and drop a couple of whatever you call it. How do you call it? Drop some drops. Leave that one to weather on the
Check
wind.
this out. Gary pointing out you can resign at the very beginning of this thing at the South Church,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets you 2 tally marks.
That's so funny.
So you would end up with more tally marks not trying.
Or at least an equal number. Because by losing, we got 2 from doom of you were doomed by what have yous. That's so fascinating. Man, I feel like we could beat that.
I do too.
Isn't that the greatest thing about Arkham?
Someone earlier was saying that this scenario is usually either a cakewalk or very difficult. And a lot of it just has to depend on where the breaches happen.
Where the breaches happen?
Yeah.
But wasn't this one where you felt like, so I had the kind of a toolkit that was maneuvering through the things that we needed to do, but it felt like nothing that Winnie was trying to do could ever really get off the ground.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Is like, so her whole shtick is she needs to test with lots of cards because she wins by a lot. She cigarette cases. She triggers. I didn't trigger her fast action once.
Ever.
And then not only that, but like she wants tests that like are actual evades, fights, or investigates because she has cards that turn those into foot tests. But like an action to test 3,
100%. This is
can't-
just bad.
She can't do it. So I'm just checked at the. I mean, I didn't take that much damage till the very end, but I also didn't really do that much.
And anytime you've got witch stuff with investigators with low brain stats, it's awful.
Yeah.
I've done that many times in my Arkham playthroughs. It's horrible. Who's that explorer rogue with the 1 brain stat? Finn? Finn got wrecked by witches
By some
in one
witches?
of my playthroughs. A couple of them. One of them was on camera, and then the other one was personal. I take this personally.
Man, The other thing about that scenario that was interesting is like, if it felt, it almost felt like a half scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain that.
Mm-hmm. Like something should have happened at 7. Like when
Yeah,
when the
it
thing
just
flipped
ends.
and it's like, if Annette Mason's out, like she gets an extra 5 health and then you tromps around and et cetera.
Yeah.
It did feel like that. It felt like, oh, well, we drew the cards and then it ended.
Yeah.
You didn't have like a moment to try to win and then fail harder.
Yeah.
Which Arkham usually presents you.
It almost felt like the Act 1A or Agenda 1A was missing. Like, not that it was necessarily wrong, but like it just, something about the experience felt like half of a normal scenario.
Or even it's one of those things where like if you reach that 7 doom, you flip it over, Annette moves to the nearest thing, makes an attack. If she's not in the game, she comes out. Everybody takes 2 sanity from the screeching of madness, and then it flips back over and starts with like 3 doom on it.
Something.
And then those portals are going to keep opening, and it puts you through the fires where you're like, I'm getting wrecked, and I can either come here and resign, try to hide, or I maybe can try to kill Annette before this thing just gets out of hand.
Yeah.
But I like those scenarios where like I have to be like, I'm either going to die or resign or win, and like it's equal odds across that last turn of which one is the right call.
Well, and I think part of it was like, I died the turn Annette came out. Or it ended the turn Annette came out.
Yeah, right when the climax was there, yeah.
I can imagine if like she comes out, if we hit those 6, she comes out, and then it doesn't just end, and we get to play with her actually hunting around the board. That would have been different. But the timing of it, I think, is what made it feel that way for us.
Yeah, it kind of all happened at the exact. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Arkham's super fun. What a game. We've got some holiday offerings that are coming up. We're going to launch these on Cyber Monday. You can see them right here where my finger is pointing. We're going to do Investigator sets skinned in this metallic blue, metallic red, and metallic gold. Obviously, metallic gold is kind of obviously a kind of redundant scheme there.
Gold is gold.
But those are just going to be our normal Investigator sets, just skinned. We've gotten just some more beautiful paints we didn't have access to previously, and we love these things. So we're doing them like this. And then we're also doing a separate pack of 30 clue and supply tokens. And last year we did clue in gold and supply in silver. So we're kind of taking a page from Flesh and Blood, where like you can do similar things, but leave the collectability of what you've done previously so that, it feels special. So if you have the gold silver versions of the clue tokens, then we're not redoing those this year. But instead, we're going to do an all gold version. So gold supply and gold clue side. And we're going to do packs of 30 of those. A lot of people, will say, I would love to have more clue and supply just to not have to worry about kind of perfectly making sure that a table of 4 has exactly what they need. So it's a good way to kind of just supplement your collection. That's why we're doing them, because that's probably the most requested thing is, can I get just more clues? So this is like the way that we're going to do that over the holidays, is to get you some more clues. I think that's it.
All right. Well,
we got subscriptions, of course. If you don't know that by now, well,
we failed. There's no way if you got to this point unless you randomly clicked in. That said, we won't be streaming next week. It's Thanksgiving, so we're off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We are doing a paint-a-thon streams Monday to Tuesday. Come hang out with us then, but we'll be back for the finale probably that week after Thanksgiving. So we won't see you for a couple weeks, but I hope you have a great, if you're American, I hope you have a great holiday. And if you're not, I hope you have a great couple of weeks.
Yes, and Thanksgiving's going to be weird this year for those of us in the States, and as weird as I guess every day is at this point. But stay safe, stay well, take proper precautions. I'm having to kind of balance that myself, so we'll see how that all ends up.
Them's the beats.
But we're thankful for you, all of you.
See ya.